Shoe0nHead. Look, I have been covering Armored Skeptic for a while, and some people had said that, like, ooh, I wonder if Shoe knew how fucking crazy he was when they were dating. That's why they broke up. Turns out she's on the same type bullshit. I watched Sound of Freedom because the media told me not to. Fucking head-ass shit. I'm so excited for this video. Let's see what she has to say. I'm sure it won't be dumb as fuck at all. I see good friend of the show, Jeff Holiday, has been battling with the shoe dilemma for some time, and he's coming to terms with it in real time. She's dumb, buddy. Shout out to Jeff. He has a blind spot for her, or had in the past, and it's so funny. Like, I think he's really coming around, and I'm rooting for him, man. She went crazy too? Oh, yeah, man. Watch Sound of Freedom because the media told me not to. Let's go!
If there is one thing in the world that would make me want to see a movie, it's the entire mainstream media in unison telling me not to see it. And
okay, so it's a scam. It's a scam. They're doing it to make a bunch of money off of the Christians.
And okay, I know that's a little contrarian-brained, I know, but I'm at the point in my life where if the mainstream media told me not to put a metal fork in an electrical outlet, I'm putting the fork in the outlet.
Wow. Do you think that is a glowing review of your fucking mental state? Like, holy shit. Wow, hey everybody, I'm making bad choices. Hey everyone, I'm not a reliable thinker. Cool. Me too.
Taste of freedom. Very trad wife today. Very, very Little House on the Prairie today. Very QAnon coded. This is a dog whistle. So, I just saw the Sound of Freedom. And I want my money back. I waited 2 whole hours for the satanic elite cabal Democratic Party pizza parlor scene that I was promised by the media, and it never came. I bought tickets under the impression that it was some far-right Q movie, and instead, it was just some boring movie about human trafficking. Would journalists really do that to me? Would journalists really go on the internet and tell lies?
Bro, the person the movie is about is like hugely problematic in the human trafficking space, and they champion. This is like a American Sniper situation, but it's funded by Jim Caviezel and fucking, like, you know, these other like right-wing propagandist losers that are literally making money. Like, they had a program where you could be like, oh, well, you can buy tickets for somebody even if they don't show up, and when someone shows up and they're like, I need a ticket to this movie, they're like, oh, you can have a free one. So they were pumping the numbers by having Christian groups donate money to this thing so that the Christian groups could write it off their taxes because it's a racket, and so that these guys could make a bunch of fucking cash and also inflate their box office numbers so that the next time they want to go to a producer and make a fucking shitty movie about, you know, whatever their fucking conspiracy theory is, they'll have an easier time about it. But you're just so fucking dumb, man.
For those of you who don't know, Sound of Freedom is an independent film from Angel Studios, based on a true story about Tim Ballard.
Do you think she's getting paid at this point? Probably not, but maybe. She certainly knows the people that would pay her for this.
Federal agent that went undercover and rescued trafficked children in South America. People have criticized.
I don't really think so, but it's like not implausible whatsoever.
The film for being a bit exaggerated.
No, I think she's actually just fucking dumb.
Tend to agree. I mean,
like, I think it's of all the people that are on here, she's the least likely on a grift and just genuinely fucking stupid. But in the process of it, has also been such a bad faith. Like, it's more like cynical YouTube clickbait than it is a grift. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's more like that. And she's always appealed to the fucking problematic guy demographic that thinks that they have a chance. And so she dates a couple of them So it's more believable, not because that's part of it, because I think it actually is plausible, because she doesn't have very good standards in the guys. Like, one's a fucking conspiracy theorist, and the other one is genuinely a Christian nationalist. Like, I follow this fucking dweeb on Twitter, and it's wild, dude. It's so fucking wild. He is so stupid. I was thinking about doing videos on his channel, but they're just so boring, man. I've tried. I've skimmed, and I've been like, okay, let's see. And he does this like vaporwave thing, and it's just not good. He sounds like a philosophy 101 guy. He sounds like he stopped it when he read like Kant. He was like done. It's like, okay, I got it.
A good federal agent? Really? The Sound of Freedom was actually made around 2018, but was shelved by Disney and then later picked up by Angel Studios. Disney was like, no, sorry, we can't make this movie. We need to make the 500th soulless live-action remake. No time for this, we need to make live-action Moana, even though the animated one came out like last fucking Thursday. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the movie itself, what I honestly thought about it, if you should see.
It's wild to put the quality of those two things next to each other. Like, this is a thing that this is why people think she's on the grift, because it's either she's so fucking stupid that she believes the things that she is told by, you know, these alternative sources that totally aren't the mainstream media, or she's nefarious and is like here's something that's generally agreeable because no one likes Disney or corporations. Right, unless they're, you know, fucking super far right or you know, neolibs or something. But even Disney, I mean, you know, they're just so woke, right? You'd have to have God, a guy that's a capitalist before he's like a fucking anti-woke guy. Anyway, like, is that planned? She says that, so it's like, oh, okay, why won't they make that movie? Because it's fucking dog shit. That's why. It's dog water. No one wants the movie.
Then I'm going to get into the insane media circus surrounding this.
Worse than the Dumbo remake or whatever. And the Mulan remake was fucking shit. I would watch the Mulan remake and have more of an enjoyable time than I would watching this fucking movie with Jim Caviezel.
Movie, because oh my god. Also, there is a reoccurring character in the Shoe0nHead cinematic universe that makes an appearance, and when he appears, you will scream. So I'm going to give you an extremely honest review of Sound of Freedom, completely unbiased and from the heart. It was aight. It was just a very normal, good movie. It had some pacing issues, there were a few corny lines. Never trust a pedophile. What if that was your daughter, whore?
I swear to God, this is like boomer tier content at this point.
Okay, hear that? That's the Sound of Freedom. I don't know why this movie is classified as an action thriller. I expected him to go like Rambo on the traffickers a few times, but that never happened. And I guess like that wasn't the point of the movie. The point of the movie wasn't some like bloodlust action film where a cop goes rogue and just like murders a bunch of dudes. It was just a really real and like raw story about human trafficking. It was very grounded in reality. I teared up about 3 times, maybe 4 times. I actually teared up during the corny ass "that's the Sound of Freedom" part. I was like so mad at myself for that. And a really important part that I just cannot stress enough is how apolitical this movie was. There was no politics, no culture war, nothing about the gays, nothing about the Jews. I left the theater like, that's it? It had no real narrative besides human trafficking bad.
The thought of Jim Caviezel bringing me to tears is incredible. There's no way he commands such a performance. She's lying, by the way.
Which is why I find the media's reaction so interesting. Article after article after article smearing this movie as far-right QAnon propaganda.
I would be fucking shocked if I watched this movie and didn't know exactly what they're talking about. Human trafficking isn't politics, true.
Now, what exactly is the Q connection in this movie? What connects this movie?
The producers? The people who made the film?
movie to QAnon. Like, I don't know, maybe I missed the adrenochrome scene. Maybe Hillary Clinton came out and sacrificed a baby while I wasn't looking or something. So I went to the Wikipedia just to be sure I didn't miss any of the good scenes. Although the film does not mention any QAnon conspiracy theories. Oh. There was none. Caviezel has endorsed the belief that child traffickers drain children's blood to obtain adrenochrome, a chemical with supposed anti-aging properties. Okay, but doesn't Peter Thiel literally do that?
Who's that?
So basically the main actor believes in some insane conspiracy theory about rich people
like,
trafficking children or something.
Sounds like someone that, that probably isn't,
like that. Who believes in that crazy nonsense?
Probably isn't, wow. All that's bannable on YouTube. Robespierre.
Right? Not me. No, but apparently he believes in, like, a bunch of QAnon type stuff. And he's a little kooky.
And Christ is your sword. May you join Saint Michael and all the angels in defending God.
A little kooky.
Sending Lucifer and his henchmen straight right back to hell where they belong.
But who among us?
Wow. I wonder why she's so sympathetic to this kind of lunacy all of a sudden. I wonder why far right-wing Christian rhetoric would be something she suddenly has a soft spot for. Whoa. We can make fun of cringe if it's trans people, but not when it's Christians. That's true. That's true.
Is not a little kooky. He's an actor in the movie. He didn't direct the movie. He didn't write the movie. So I don't know why all the criticism of the actor and his opinions are being lumped in with... Who is getting arrested out there?
I don't hear it.
Stop it. Tom Cruise is a f***ing Scientologist. I didn't hear anyone shitting and pissing.
Why didn't you hear anyone shitting and you're not paying attention? This is a really good fucking... God damn it. Okay, it's the rules. It's the rules. I didn't intend it. I don't know why. No. I'm just gonna do this. I don't know. It's the rules! I didn't start it, but it's... Oh, God. It's the rules. Not my fault. Not my fault. Shouldn't have recorded a video. How am I supposed to... What am I supposed to do here?
About the new...
Although the film does not... Here's where she cut off. Although the film does not mention any QAnon conspiracy theories, a few critics of the film have accused the filmmakers of embellishing the reality of child exploitation and stoking QAnon conspiracy theories, referring to the belief that a core group of devil-worshipping elite run the world. Although both Ballard and star Caviezel have been public about their beliefs in conspiracy theories of the QAnon movement, those beliefs are not portrayed in the film. So yeah, I mean, it's always been about the people making it.
Mission Impossible movie being a dog whistle for Scientology. You think Hollywood isn't infested with the weirdest fucking people?
I don't think Mission Impossible is a dog whistle for Scientology, no. I think it's a spectacle film, and then Tom Cruise will make a fucking, like, PSA about, hey guys, you gotta go to the movies physically, in a physical movie theater. Won't you like it? I'm on a plane! And then, you know, that's what Tom Cruise is in. He gets paid to do that shit. That's why he does those things. Jim Caviezel likes the QAnon stuff because he's psycho.
Ever meet in your life? An actor having conspiracies about rich, powerful pedophiles is probably the most sane thing you're gonna find there. In fact, you'll probably just find rich, powerful pedophiles. Sound of Freedom is a superhero movie for dads with brainworms.
Fucking
a QAnon
true.
Tinged thriller about child...
Dude, Sarah's dad, who thinks he's right-wing but isn't, went to see it, and he's like, I didn't like it. But he did like the new Dungeons & Dragons movie. Coincidence?
Trafficking is designed to appeal to the conscience of a conspiracy-addled boomer. Caviezel, best known for being tortured to death in Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ. What a bizarre way to describe someone playing Jesus in a movie.
Wow. Pretty fucking soft spot for the Christians we have. This twice now, huh? Fucking interesting. Because it's a death cult, June. Wow. It's always been... Yeah, the Passion of the Christ is literally a movie where he gets tortured the whole time. And that is what he's best known for. And this is a funny article. Are you fucking serious? Now she's like, whoa, only I can make jokes here. Oh, I'm the joke teller. Don't you tell a joke, Rolling Stone. Ah. Dude, this is just such a fucking, like, she is backsliding into just being so fucking cringe.
That's like someone playing JFK and being like, best known for getting his head blown off by the CIA.
He is. That is fucking true. He literally is best known for getting his head blown off by probably not the CIA, probably the fucking mafia. There's okay, we could talk about it, but it's like a whole Teamsters situation.
Also, yeah, maybe it is kind of a superhero movie for dads. Like Taken. Dads have children and will probably have a lot of empathy for children. It actually shows a lot of men crying. The QAnon movie, destroying toxic masculinity. It's a stomach turner.
They only get to cry when they see horrible things. What do you mean? That's always been acceptable man crying in media. A man can cry only when he has suffered the loss of some fucking woman they fridged. MH Dark Beast, thanks for the 61 months. Praise Corn Daddy. You may have seen this, but it's worth if not. Maybe. Barbenheimer? Well, I haven't seen. Well, hold on. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. I've seen Barb though. Okay, I'll have it on there.
Experience, fetishizing the torture of its child victims and lingering over lush preludes to their sexual abuse. At times, I had the uncomfortable sense that I might be arrested myself just for sitting through it. What? Were you horny? This movie didn't show much of anything at all. Maybe you walked into the movie theater where they were showing cuties. As implausible as the movie is, it invents a finale.
Why is she still talking about cuties, bro? What the fuck?
Where Balor journeys deep into a jungle alone to pluck a girl from the clutches of guerrilla militants, which he accomplishes by posing as a doctor distributing cholera vaccines. One wonders if it was extreme enough for Caviezel's liking. So this happened in the movie.
No one talks about the real truth of JFK, that his head just kind of did that. Oh shit.
I wonder what the actor thinks of it because he believes in something else. We were so close.
He believes in something else. It's just alternative beliefs. Totally permissible in society to believe the things that extremist Jim Caviezel believes.
Actually reviewing the actual movie, the actor has taken to repeating the most grotesque falsehoods of the sprawling QAnon ideology. Among them that traffickers are harvesting children's organs.
Right, so he's famous for having this opinion and then makes the child trafficking movie. You feel me? And then, throughout the entire marketing of the movie, is talking about that.
Compared to this nonsense, Sound of Freedom is relatively grounded in our universe. Okay? But that mainstream accessibility makes it a valuable recruitment tool. A valuable recruitment tool? Oh no, if you watch The Sound of Freedom, you're gonna go down the right-wing rabbit hole. On the QAnon message board Great Awakening this week, adherents celebrated the movie's box office success. Damn, that's crazy, bro. I wouldn't know that because I don't go on QAnon message boards like you apparently do. I love that criticism of this movie is being stretched this far. It will surely do no good to point out Sound of Freedom's white savior narrative. I mean, it is kind of based on a true story, so like,
a true story that he jeopardized the lives of other people with? Like, what? The true story about that is that the guy that they made this movie about was told by international fucking, like, whole organizations to, like, that were focused on child trafficking to stop doing what he was doing because he was fucking up their official operations. And he's like, no, I'm going to take it into my own hands. They're like, no, please don't. You're actually doing a bad thing.
He is white. He technically is a savior. So yeah, I guess he's a white savior. I'm sorry they didn't race swap the main character. I bet if Disney produced this like they were originally gonna do,
God,
maybe.
Dude, she's literally just a boomer bait. Oh god, this is fucking pathetic, man.
He would have been a woman or something, but no. There's visible suffering all around us in America. There are poor and unhoused, and people brutalized or killed by police. There are mass shootings, lack of healthcare, climate disasters, and yet, over and over, the far right turns to these sordid fantasies about godless monsters hurting children.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, wait, I agree, but like, can we not care about those things and also care about other stuff at the same time?
This is literally part of what you say you agree with. I agree in principle, but not in action, of course. I don't agree about living my fucking principles. I would never do such a thing. To live my principles would be difficult.
I wish the far right cared about that other stuff, but like, I don't know, I feel like they're allowed to care about like this topic too. Also, calling it fantasies is like really weird. Like, it's based on a true story.
It's a hero fantasy, dude. I think it's because she doesn't know any fucking media analysis, but like, Jim Caviezel is borderline tumescent about being able to fucking save a trafficked child with his bare hands and brawn, killing folks on the way through, you know?
Still a real thing that happened and does happen. Sound of Freedom is an anti-child trafficking fantasy fit for QAnon. Again with the QAnon in the title.
And then they're raising money for awareness, but the awareness is driving people for ticket sales specifically to the movie. June, do you support that? Will you bring that up in this video? I doubt it.
Again, also calling it a fantasy.
Help someone raise awareness by buying them a ticket to Sound of Freedom.
Are they all in like the same Discord server, just copying each other's work?
Amazing. Chat, help someone get their awareness raised about how June is a dum-dum by subscribing immediately, okay? Only here will you get the information you need to live the right life, all right? Subscribe immediately. Pixel Cake, thanks for following. That's a good first step.
Qualifications up front. The exploitation of children is a real problem that no one besides the exploiters wants. Well, okay, at least we can all agree on that. And most of the article is just about the actors' opinions. The movie itself is well acted, it looks expensive, and it moves at a rapid clip. I feel no urge to ever see it again, but I can't say I wasn't entertained in some way. Oh! Of course, this is tailored to go down easy. That's how propaganda works. God damn it. Sound of Freedom, the QAnon-adjacent thriller seducing America. I love this. I love this. QAnon tinge. QAnon adjacent.
It is. Their QAnon conspiracy theorists made the movie. Or the fact that the government believes they are sexually assaulting the children they save. Wow. Surprise. Did you see the Republican today that got... He was part of the child trafficking. Let's see. I gotta see my retweets, dude. Let me look at my retweets. Well, here's this. Former anti-abortion leader. What the fuck is all this shit? Get out of here. What? Rolling Stone, goodness gracious. Former anti-abortion leader and aide to Alabama lieutenant governor arrested on child sex abuse charges. What? Marty D. Cole Wagner. Wow. Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth once called Cole Wagner a whiz kid and a bright young guy. Former anti-abortion leader. Child sex abuse. Can you believe it? Holy shit. Let me see if I can really quick find the tweet I was actually looking for. There's another guy. He was part of the trafficking task force. And anyway, he was doing it. Surprise! Maybe it was on my phone.
I hope you have a fantastic day.
Too late. Stone Corbel, thank you so much for 30 months. And Artistic Simplicity, giving one to daughter Tiamat. Thank you as well. Wow, appreciate it.
Love how, this has very QAnon vibes, sweetie. It's supposed to just be good enough to turn people away from this movie. Like, I imagine my mom reading this. She has no idea what QAnon is. Like, what does this even mean to the average person? Because they can't call the movie QAnon, because it's not. Oh look, more of the actor's opinions. He's a fucking conservative, of course he's retarded. The uninitiated may not pick up on the red yarn and corkboard subtext pinned to a mostly straightforward extraction mission in South.
I'm so glad she said essentially that, but like she's not gonna like talk about the opinions he has that are bad and why they're bad, and instead of just fucking stoking your right-wing audience all the time. This is the problem, and she knows it, dude.
South America. Pretty much taken.
She didn't defend Captain Marvel this hard when people got mad over the opinions of Brie Larson? Of course not.
With a faint whiff of something noxious in the air. Those tuned in to the eardrum frequency of QAnon, however, have heeded a clarion call that leads right to the multiplex. The traffickers are anonymous foreigners, mentioned as rebels, in an unspecified regional conflict with no connection to the alleged Clinton crime family. A coating of plausible deniability covers a film that takes care to be the most anodyne version of itself, all while giving those in the know just enough to latch onto. Yeah, so this movie had nothing to do with QAnon whatsoever, but it secretly did. These strains of scaremongering are absent in the text itself, but they lurk in the shadows. There's nothing bad in the movie, but it's lurking in the shadows. I'm gonna be completely honest, I think you might be the conspiracy theorist here. QAnon and Sound of Freedom both rely on tired Hollywood tropes by Noah Berlatsky. Noah Berlatsky. Noah Berlatsky.
Oh boy.
Where do I know that name?
Is she gonna fucking... Is it BuzzFeed? Is this gonna happen? Something like that.
Meet Noah Berlatsky. Now our friend Noah has some interesting takes. Pedophiles are essentially a stigmatized group. Certain people get designated as deviants. People hate them. Parents are tyrants. Parent is an oppressive class, like rich people or white people. He also wrote a few blogs on the Prostasia website. Child sex workers' biggest threat, the police.
That's fucking true. That's fucking true.
Okay, let's back up for a second. There's no such thing as a child sex worker, Noah. That's called a human trafficking victim.
Also true. But also true, you know?
He's the fucking journalist who got mad at me like a year ago for criticizing the Netflix movie Cuties. Angel Studios, which
Second or third time Cuties has been brought up?
created the thriller, insists that the movie itself isn't related to QAnon. And after sitting through the 2-hour-long movie, I think Angel Studios has a point. The film doesn't explicitly reference QAnon talking points. Instead, in many ways, it echoes and reproduces themes and tropes around trafficking that are common in mainstream Hollywood cinema. The literal pedophile simp was more fair to this movie
The only person who stands Cuties is Sneeko.
than the average journalist.
Isn't he a Muslim anyway?
He goes on to talk about how
The fucking like the crossover of those hardcore, like, this is how you should live your life, super hard lifestyle Muslim guys and being pedophiles is so fucking high, because that whole fucking religion, when you get into the far right version of it, I mean, just like the Christianity version of, you know, far right, like, they just fucking, they're all pedophiles, man. It's crazy. See, they're all like beating their fucking girlfriends and sisters and moms for, you know, daring to, I don't know, comfortably exist. Disgusting, dude. And they're like fucking, oh, marry the fucking 15-year-old. Like, it's built into the fucking theocracy of these places, man. It's so disgusting. Tweeted today, the fucking religion sits at the heart of patriarchy, and it's fucking true. And if you deny it, you're just fucking blind, dude. So blind. Aren't a lot of the child sex workers queer kids that got thrown out of their house by conservative parents? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
the movie is like inaccurate because 41% of children are actually trafficked from people they know, like in their family. And maybe that's true, but like I don't understand how that's a valid criticism of the movie, because the movie is based on one thing, like a real thing that happened. It's like watching a movie about a plane crash and being like, actually more people die in car accidents. They just kind of seem like they're reaching for literally anything. Is Sound of Freedom a QAnon dog whistle? Or is it just another thriller? The answer is that, whatever the filmmaker's intentions, it functions as both. Great, awesome, thank you. Thank you as always, Noah, for your delightful contribution to the discourse. I love this large disclaimer at the bottom here. We do not claim this man. If this movie came out a few years ago like it was supposed to, I really don't think anyone would have cared. People were literally coming at me
It's so weird how fucking hard.
It's cold.
So fucking hard that she's defending this. All are zero. Thanks, Phil.
Oh, don't see this movie. It's a QAnon movie. And I'd be like, how is it a QAnon movie? And they'd be like, I don't know, I didn't see it. Then shut the fuck up. These people are literally just being told, the people you don't like this movie, so you have to not like it. You literally don't have to do that. Nobody has a gun to your head. Nobody's telling you to run offense for the human trafficking movie. Nobody's telling you to run defense.
You're running defense. What the fuck?
for cuties, and yet they do it. And let me make this clear, if you don't want to support this movie because you just morally disagree with one of the actors in it, that's fine. But don't go around smearing it as the Q movie when it's just factually not. You think if Eyes Wide Shut came out today, they would call it QAnon? Probably. I mean, they did kill the director shortly after. Now, the one big criticism I do actually share with the critics of this movie is the ending. At the end, after the credits, the main character gives this little speech about how important this movie was and how terrible human trafficking is.
Thank you all for coming out and watching this movie.
Fucking cringe.
I'm guessing some of you are feeling sad, maybe overwhelmed, or even a sense of fear, which is understandable. But living in fear isn't how we solve this problem.
And I expected him to, direct the audience to more information, or how they can help, or charities, but instead he just threw up, a QR code, where you can buy more tickets to this movie.
Yup.
For other people, in order to
save this for the fucking end, buried the fucking lead on this, huh? Holy shit.
Spread the word. Which, I mean, sure, the movie's good and it will get people talking, but what can the average normal person do besides talking about your movie and buying tickets to your movie? It was the last thing we saw before walking out of the theater, and it just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. You not only leave the theater feeling sad, you leave it feeling powerless. Oh, there's this terrible thing happening and I can't do anything about it except buy more tickets to this movie. I must save the children. It's like me being if you want to save the children, donate to my Patreon. So do I recommend this movie? Yeah, for 3 reasons. 1.
Oh my god. I recommend the movie. They aren't saving kids, it's a grift. But yet I recommend it because I'm so fucking dumb.
It was pretty good. 2, so you can say you actually saw it and your criticisms will be valid. And most importantly, 3, to own the libs. So did you see this movie, and what did you think of it? And if you like this video, please subscribe, donate to my Patreon to save the children. It's the only way you can save the children, hurry!
Not a fan of that particular Shoe0nHead video. I mean, why? What is the impulse? What is the impulse to run cover for this and then have a major breakthrough? The biggest thing about this movie is that it's a grift. That they are stealing money from people, that it is just, they're trying to make some fucking thing that, oh, it's about child trafficking. Oh god, please give us money for that. It's so exploitative, and that's what people's fucking problem is with it. And you see fucking 3 people make an article or something or a tweet you don't like, and you're like, oh, everyone, the mainstream media. And I had never heard of the fucking guy you're talking about. What mainstream media, dude? Goodness. It's not owning the libs, it's misrepresenting child trafficking, actual child trafficking in the U.S., which puts U.S. children in more danger, of course. Just so dumb, dude.